what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Tommy C channel. Make sure you sub, bell, share, like, comment, all that good stuff. I do appreciate. I especially have to make a big thank you for the outpouring of support, both in the comments and with the actual hits. We didn't expect to break a K. It was gonna be rough. We figure we're gonna have a rough couple weeks, but you guys have made it a lot easier. First video got 7K. That's more than I could ever ask for. I would have been happy with a K. In fact, that's what we're shooting for, and we've been averaging a little more than a K thus far. So we'll keep making them if you keep liking them, and I've heard vocal support for it in the comments and to me personally, and I want to thank you all, and hopefully we can keep this going because I do plan at one point to put out at least one piece of content every day. So hang out with me. For those who have criticism, I have seen it. It's been very little criticism, all right? But I'm actually looking to address it if it's time efficient. So let's get into the first story. The first story is Elon Musk, biggest story in the world, purchases Truth Social. No, he purchased Twitter. But wouldn't that be funny if Elon Musk kind of adopts or like buys Truth Social and like kind of annexes it for Twitter and its users? That would be crazy. Donald Trump like makes his thing and he turns a profit. You think people are melting down now? Oh my gosh, man, oh man, that would be nuts. But of course, Elon Musk purchased Twitter, which of course asks the question whether Mr. Trump would be back on Twitter, which really made Twitter one of the most exciting social media platforms. I don't care if you like him or hate him. It made it more exciting. It was news breaking every day as it happened, and boy, it was a lot of fun. Of course, Twitter cut off their nose to spite their face because it's really about controlling the narrative and not about letting people speak freely with the excuse that they're only stopping disinformation, which of course, disinformation, as we've seen, may not necessarily be disinformation. It might be just speaking against the narrative or the current popular narrative at the time. So Truth offered a alternative to that, or claiming they have an alternative to that. You know, they're saying they're true free speech. Well, everybody is saying it. Elon Musk says that. Only time will tell. And that puts Truth, I would say Truth Social, in peril. Not only has it been a rocky opening, they weren't at the top of the App Store when this thing came out. And from what I understand, there's been bugs, issues, problems, all that other good stuff. Not that abnormal for a new app. In fact, it's pretty on. But it's also not available here in Europe. And now Elon Musk is promising more of a libertarian attitude going forward with Twitter. He is now the full owner, and this particular product, Twitter, has been taken off the stock market. So it's his. It's 100% his. So why switch? Why switch? So it's been asked, is Trump going to come to Twitter? And, well, Fox News put it out there. Exclusive. Former President Trump will not return to Twitter, even as Elon Musk purchases a social media company and reinstates his account, instead using his own Truth Social as the sole platform for his voice. Twitter on Monday afternoon announced it agreed to be acquired by Musk for $44 billion. The former president told Fox News Monday that he will formally join his own Truth Social over the next 7 days, as planned. Now, I guess the next question is, does he stick to it? Does he stick to it? No, stick around. I'll tell you why. I don't think he's going to be sticking to it, but I got to be perfectly honest with you. I think he's almost forced to do this. How do you invest this kind of money? How do you get investors for something like this and then jump to Twitter? He can't. So I think the short answer is this should have been an expected response right away, which for people like me, you like Trump, you hate Trump, it was more entertaining when he was here, and the Twitter stock was worth more. And, you know, he's somebody people want to hear on social media. He's a fun account to follow. How do you take essentially the biggest, most popular, an account that probably got more interaction over the last 5 to 6 years than any other, arguably, on any platform, and that's the one card he has, and then he goes over to Twitter? Why go to Truth Social? I would imagine if anybody invested in this, not to mention Trump himself, they would be pretty mad. He almost has to stay exclusive to Truth, at least for the meantime. I'm not going to Twitter. I'm going to stay on truth, Trump told Fox News. I hope Elon buys Twitter because he'll make improvements to it, and he is a good man, and I am going to be staying on truth. Trump told Fox News he will begin truthing, oh boy, over the next week. So, yeah, I don't think he's coming now. And here's what I think. Tell me if you agree. I would love to hear your comments. God, I sound like DeFranco. Well, I think if he does decide to run for president, which I think is almost a 90% guarantee, he has to. He has to. He absolutely has to. I mean, this is like, I guess, for the people that are screaming their heads off right now, and they're suffering. They are sure suffering. You've seen the memes. You've seen the tweets. You got guys that own Teslas that are never going to part with them that claim they're parting with Twitter. They're mad. They're very mad. So that one thing that everybody wanted the most, or at least, I wouldn't say everybody wanted it the most, but would have really boosted Twitter, is Trump coming back. And he can't do it because of prior obligations. But I do think he'll be forced to do it come campaign time. And then what I think he'll do is he'll go back to truth if he's elected. Or loses, one of the two. Because it's still a fantastic social media account, no matter how you cut the cake. So that's what I think. That's what I think. It kind of stinks on a lot of fronts. Stinks for Elon. I'm sure he wanted him back. That's the biggest free agent out there. And it kind of stinks for Truth that Elon bought them, because Truth can't really offer an alternative to Twitter if Elon fulfills what he's going to do. It's just that simple. And hopefully he does. I'm not 100%. I mean, I expect some censorship from Elon. I do. I just want to know if it's tolerable or not. Well, at least tolerable to the point where I won't complain about it going forward. I've already seen some things in Truth Social that rubbed me the wrong way. We saw some things in Getter a couple months ago that rubbed me the wrong way. Eventually, again, this is where I stand on it. I think it's great that Elon bought it. I think there are some positive changing there's not only is there positive changes coming, I actually think that Elon will probably figure out a way to monetize it a lot better. When you have an entire board that is only willing, to control the narrative, they're probably not paying enough attention to their fiduciary duty to make the stockholders as much money, and that would be making Twitter better. We've seen they haven't made much changes over the years, and I don't think they've made it any friendlier for advertisers. I see Elon doing that, and one of the ways he really could do it is bring Trump back. I'll be honest with you. I see a bunch of advertisers pulling out as soon as Trump gets there, but they always crawl back on their hands and knees. That's what they do. Absolutely. So, in conclusion of my conclusion, Truth's in trouble. This is bad. Elon buying Twitter. This is good. But Trump can't leave, probably for investors and his own investment, and probably his own pride. Trump's kind of guided by his pride. Let's be honest here. So that's my take. I hope you like it. Want to hear what you have to say? Go below and I'll check it out again. We're hoping to be making changes here too. So thank you very much. And I'll see you soon. Oh, one more thing. On my other channel, we actually, as it was happening, we did an entire podcast on the whole Elon Musk buying Twitter thing. If you want to check it out, please check it out. It's up in the upper right corner, and it will be at the end of the video, which starts now.